Hello, group one. So we have She Who Is Wild, untamed, wild, and mysterious. So I feel like even though it's, the way the name of this card is spelled, I think it should be pronounced Sauvage. I feel like it's saying savage. I don't know. I want to say savage because she is wild, right? If she's wild, she's going to be savage in a good way, at least in my opinion. She looks like she's dancing. So anyway, we're going to use the Shadowland Tarot. See what's going on here. I do have my earbuds in today. So our first song that we have playing is Denim and Rhinestones by Carrie Underwood. So keep in mind when I am doing my readings, I like to have music in the background. I'll call out songs if I feel like it's catching my attention. And right now this one is. So if you're not familiar with the song, you'll want to look it up to revisit it, see how it applies to your situation. It may or may not. Remember, like I said in the beginning of the video with the pick a card, if the details fit for your circumstances, then this reading is definitely meant for you. But if they do not try to make them fit. That will do more harm than good, and you're definitely not in intention. Take a minute to breathe with me, please. Think about your situation or your question. Now, one more. We have the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Oh, interesting. I feel like these two cards kind of want to jump out. Okay. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Swords. All right. So immediately, and then we have the Six of Swords. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I feel like this is saying, so we have wild and untamed as the overall energy. And with these two cards, I feel like it's saying, like maybe you're in a rush to move on to bigger and better things. But if you notice from this particular Six of Swords, the people are in the boat, they're looking ahead or they're looking forward, which means they can't see that this boat is actually, what would you call that? Like moored on the dragon, like literally they aren't going anywhere. They're what is it called when is it called moored when a boat gets stuck? I don't know. I'm not a sailor, so I don't know, but I feel like that's, the energy here. Like you think you're moving forward, but you're actually stuck because of this dragon. It's like this dragon is stopping your progress. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, so I feel like this dragon has to do with something that you're holding on to that you really, really need to let go of, because that's the energy of the Four of Pentacles. That's what's holding you up. Something that you're holding way too close to your chest. he looks a little bit maniacal there as he's holding. I mean, like this is a card that typically talks about greed, right? So it literally, it could be like maybe you're trying to move on, you're trying to do it quickly, but it's this what you're doing has like a greed factor attached to it that you need to let go of. So I'm sorry, like this, the one thing that you're going to learn about me is that I'm always honest in these readings, and I have to call it exactly how I see it. And this energy right here feels like you're causing your own. Look at you're causing you are trapping yourself by your own greed. Whatever your expectations are, there's something that needs to be healed there. All right, let's see what else they want to say. All right. Okay, so those went flying. Hold on. Give me a second. So what's really interesting to me as I'm looking at these cards, well, first of all, you have the Ten of Cups that came in the reverse. And so that sits directly under this Four of Pentacles. So there's some sort of greed. Okay, so Ten of Cups typically talks about like family energy, but this one in particular, there's some sort of artistic creativeness attached to it because of the paint here, the color of the paint. And then I'm seeing this crab as well. In fact, the crab is the one who's using the paint. He's creating the canvas. So that it could be that there's someone with the sign of Cancer attached to this. But I actually feel like this is greediness over someone's creative skills, experience, ability, something like maybe that's what it is. You're trying to move on to something bigger and better, but you're being greedy about the skills, gifts, and abilities that you have, and you should be actually sharing them more with the world is kind of how this feels to me right here so far. Just keep, bear with me here. We do have the Two of Pentacles coming out underneath this Knight of Swords, I should say. And what's interesting to me about the imagery here is that they both kind of look like they're imbalanced, right? The Two of Swords is obviously juggling and he's losing his balance. He's getting ready to tip over, but this Knight of Swords kind of looks the same way, he's getting ready to, even if he's flying, like whatever, like he's getting ready to flip, right? Things are out of balance here. So again, that's what this rushing is about. And then again, Page of Pentacles is like an offer or a message coming in. So I feel like this is, you should be sharing your creative gifts in some way. Like, why aren't you? What's going on? I don't know. I feel like you have to give to receive is kind of what I feel like that one. So look at, you've got the Ten of Pentacles coming out directly underneath the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups in reverse. So the Ten of Pentacles is like ultimate security, long-term, happy, financial and emotional security. Like typically traditional tarot would depict like a family that has multiple generations. And then look, you've got Death and the Chariot. Okay. So one thing about a 9-card spread, each row and column means something specific. Look, you've got the Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which is like the repeating cycle. See, he's having memories of, look at how many times it's happened over and over and over. I'm just so done. It's happened. It's, you know, this memory, it's the same memory, the same shit every day, right? Bored energy is what this is. But anyway, okay. So maybe you're bored. You want to move on to bigger and better things, but there's some sort of creative gift, skill, or ability that could really bring you financial security that you are hiding from the world. Like maybe you need to share it in some way. You're being greedy about it. You're keeping it close to your chest. And it's causing this imbalance that needs to end. You need to bring an end to this imbalance or this juggling and rushing energy that you're sitting in. Possibly, you know, death can be like, so death is scorpionic phoenix energy, right? So the phoenix rises up out of the ashes, and the only way you can get ashes is after the fire has completely burnt down, and then everything rests, right? There are no more embers burning. There's no more nothing. There's no smoke or anything left. You're just left with ash, and that's when the phoenix rises. So there could be like a message here of you need to just stop whatever you're doing and rest for a little while. And then we have the Chariot, which comes underneath the Six of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. And so the Six of Swords, again, where we were talking about, and look, we've got Crimson and Clover playing right now, Joan Jett, Crimson and Clover. Okay. Interesting. So the Six of Swords, you're stuck. And it could be because there's some sort of news or information that you need to share that will, again, your creative gifts, skills, and abilities that will bring movement, forward movement. And also this is victory over turmoil is what the Chariot card represents. So again, this turmoil can be boredom with the Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You do have the Moon and the Five of Swords with the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands. Okay, I see why you're bored. So there's a lot of fear attached to whatever you're doing, right? And worry. It's kind of like, in particular with this card, it looks like she's walking into the unknown, right into the mouth of the wolf, right? So that's where this fear is coming from. Like, I'm heading off into the unknown. I've never tried this before. With the Five of Swords, which is like defeat energy, maybe. Okay, so even though I just said I've never tried this before, maybe you've tried something similar and failed, and now there's some new path that you need to go on that has you scared because of the failure you've had in the past. And then I feel like with this Seven of Pentacles, maybe that failure had some like teasing or bullying attached to it, like where maybe people made fun of you for failing. You may have felt ostracized and left out with this Five of Pentacles, or like maybe you're different and don't fit in. Maybe that's the reason that you're kind of holding all of this gift, skill, and ability close to your chest. You're afraid you're going to be made fun of if you share it. So you kind of sit on the outside and, you know, allow yourself to feel overburdened, the weight of the world on your shoulders. Oh my God, look at this. The Nine of Swords, the World card with the Ten of Swords. This is literally feeling like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Okay. And then you've got the Sun underneath that with the Empress. Hold on. The Knight of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Hermit. These are all positive. So I think you got to get past all this fear energy. Put yourself out there. Just do it. If you can get past all of this fear energy, you've got this energy to look forward to, which is the Sun is the brightest card in the deck. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull some charms. All right. So let me give a quick explanation of how I read my charms. This here is an astrological wheel. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you go. So this particular ring here has the signs. This ring has the planets that are associated with each sign. Then we have the modality, the element, and in the center we have the flower of life. So I read this just like a chart. Everything that lands in the outer circle here, I read as outer or influences that are coming towards you. Anything that lands in the center is the general energies or the general focus for everyone. And if it falls in a specific sign, that is a special message for that sign. All right, so the first thing we're going to start off with is this cross in the very center of, and it's also sitting, directly on Aries. So let's start with that. For Aries in particular, but everyone, have faith this week. Whatever it is, whatever your circumstance that you're going through, have faith. So it's interesting that this cross happens to have some rays circling from the very center of it. So I feel like when it's saying have faith, I feel like it's saying let your love shine, let your heart shine, especially for Aries, because you do have this wolf, and the wolf is howling, and he is literally howling towards Taurus. So there's something that maybe the Aries, some information that Aries needs to give to Taurus that comes from the heart, and have faith when you deliver this information. Okay, next we're going to get to Taurus, where we have the Star of David, and then we have the candelabra. Interesting. So this combination to me is kind of feeling like religion, like faith. But I feel like literally, you cannot deny the correlation between the Star of David and the candelabra. Like there could literally be someone out there who is Jewish, or maybe you are going to be learning about or meeting someone who is of the Jewish faith. Maybe there's some wisdom to be gained there. It's very interesting, very, very interesting, that combination. Okay, so Gemini, you happen to have a very tiny little piece of, Tanzine aura quartz, which is, it's a aura bonded type of quartz that gives it a sort of purplish tanzanite color. So for this, the coloring and what these crystals are actually used for is a meditative type of, practice. And so there's a question mark as well coming up for Gemini, and that is landing directly on the element of air. And then you have the domino with the number 5 and a blank space. So there's change coming in for Gemini. It's not really giving too much information, but they are saying, you might need to meditate about this, or maybe spend some time. Like if it's something where you need to make a decision about something, really, spend some time thinking about it before you come to that decision. So for Cancer, we have the charm that says, never, never give up. And then we have the wishes do come true. And in your outer sphere of influence, we have the charm that says, be kind, be true, be free, be at peace, be brave, be thankful, be happy, be loving, be compassionate, be true. So, I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of wish coming true for Cancer, and it has to do with your integrity, your purity, your determination. All right. So for Leo, we have the pentacle, or the pentagram, 5-pointed star. So there's some sort of protection coming in for Leo. You also have the dress that's sitting directly on the sun in this particular house. So I feel like what this is saying is that you may be seen, or you may be in the spotlight this week. And so the dress is like a symbol of make sure that you take special care with your appearance, dress up, dress for success, but you are protected. And then you have the believe in love and the rado, or the movement rune. So there could be, I feel like there could be love coming in, or maybe at least attention. I don't know if it's actually love. It could be attention. And I say that because this believe in love charm, for me, as I'm reading it, it is in the reverse, and the rado, or the movement rune was in the reverse as well. So I feel like, you might get attention, but it's not necessarily love. Let's just put it that way. But you do want to dress up. You do want to look your best, and you are protected. Like, you'll know if whoever it is that's coming in is false, right? Like, you're protected. Don't worry about it. Like, I feel like your intuition will kind of tell you. Anyway, so moving on to Virgo, the only thing that Virgo has is this $10 bill sitting in their outer influence. So if you're worried about money this week, Virgo, you won't get it this week. It'll probably come in within the next couple of weeks. For Libra, we have the RIP charm sitting on top of Venus. And then we have the umbrella that's actually sitting on top of the symbol for Libra. And we have the bellows in the outer influence. Okay, so for Libra, if you feel that love is dead, okay, don't worry about it. It's not dead. You are protected, or you're being sheltered in some way, or protected from something in some way. But within the next couple of weeks, there's going to be some sort of new life that is breathed into whatever the situation is. It may not, it doesn't have to be love, because Venus doesn't, it doesn't just rule love, it rules money as well. Also your values, like your personal values, and those things that you own that have value, like your actual bank account or jewelry or whatever, right? So whatever it was that you thought was dead, don't worry, you're still protected, and you'll be able to breathe life back into it, within the next couple of weeks. Scorpio, you are your own worst enemy this week. You've got the you versus you charm. There's really nothing else to say about that. Get out of your head. Capricorn, you're going to be a star this week, or you're going to do something that'll get you a little bit of recognition. It will probably have to do with compromising, because this did land on the cardinal modality. Imagine Dragons Believers playing in the background too, by the way. That might make sense for either Scorpio or Capricorn, and Libra, because now that I think about it, it started playing when Libra was in the background, but it didn't catch my attention until I got to Capricorn. So for Capricorn specifically, but possibly a Scorpio or Libra, the song Believer by Imagine Dragons is important. So again, Capricorn, you've got the no matter where charm that was sitting in your outer influence, and then you've got the star that fell on top of cardinal, the modality of cardinal. So the cardinal modality means that you're not so stuck in your ways that you can't be talked into compromise, right? And so I feel like what that right there is going to serve you well this week, and it's going to make you a star, or gain you some sort of recognition or gratitude, where somebody comes in and says, hey, because you did this, because you were willing to compromise, or because you XYZ, you changed your mind about something, or you fixed something, or whatever the case is, now you've got the loyalty of someone coming in as a result of that. So Aquarius doesn't have anything for this week for this particular reading, but for Pisces, you do have the angel coming in. Oh, it just feels like a message of love, honestly. Like you have angels around you, you have support around you. I feel like this is a message of love. It's like, I honestly want to say, like, my angel is here to say, I love you. Whoever you are, if you have somebody in your life, I feel like it might have been someone who passed, that you might have seen them as your angel. It's literally a message of love. Like, I want to cry right now, dude. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here, and we'll move on to the next reading. I hope that helps.